Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 346. My name is Dan, and I shall be your host once again. So, cheers to you all. Before we start off, if you do like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, hit the little thumbs up and little bell to be notified when I publish new content like this. So today I'm going to try something a little bit new here. I got the idea from my friend Kevin from Sonic Boom TV, and who you might have seen also on the Kansas Connection. He showed his comic book day that he got on his channel. So I thought, why not steal that idea but make it music oriented? So I've got not that many comic books, but they're all comic books about certain bands or whatnot, and this is what I've collected over the years. One series, I know the first series, I wish I would have continued them all as opposed to just buying what I wanted, because they're pretty rare now, I'll say that. So, without further ado, let's go look at some comics or based on music and or rock and roll bands or whatnot. So, the main thing for me here is, what year was this here? This was really probably like 91, 90, 91, I betcha. Anyway, so they were called rock and roll comics, okay? So obviously I got this one as my first one because I, oh my God, Kiss. And I remember buying one for my friend Yan and going up all the way to his house. He wasn't there, so I gave it to his grandma. But yeah, rock and roll comics was great, and you'll see there's a few of them here that I have. So basically, it's an unauthorized, biography of Kiss. And I mean, it's fairly accurate. It's stuff that we all knew. Yeah, it's basically the whole. So there's no story itself. It's just it's just one comic about Kiss, and there's a reason why I'm mentioning this here. So I'll put this here for now. So Kiss Rock and Roll Comics had that. That was issue number 9. Like I said, I had a whole bunch. There was a Metallica one, a Guns N' Roses one. Those ones were pretty expensive. Well, they're worth a lot. That's what I mean. Next up, Van Halen. So this was based on. So this is issue number 16, and this is the one where, yeah, they went color. So I do like OICU4RVH or Van Halen. So a little play on their. Anyway, there's your comic right there. Again, pretty accurate, but there's. So this is where. There's a couple of different. So there's a Sammy Hagar sub-story right here. Then there's Van Hardon. This was a joke parody type of. And of course, this one guy who did a lot of. He did a few comics, and he was not part of Rock and Roll Comics, but he sent out his. Anyway. Oh, and of course, Stand Back was there too. Anyway, it's. See right here, there was a New Kids on the Block one. So they had everybody. I had a whole bunch, but I only kept what I wanted. So that's that. Then came Alice Cooper. Oh, look at this. I forgot I got this signed by Alice Cooper when I met him. That was right in front of me there. I was like, oh yeah. So yeah, this was issue number 18. Again, also this one also had some pretty stories that we've all like. You're not gonna learn anything new now regarding this. Yeah, it ends at trash. And of course, you got a mini episode of Rat. Not sure what the connection is. Leave It to Beaver. There's a lot of little joke. And of course, Stand Back again. But yeah, Alice Cooper. Here you go. That's another one. And I guess my cat decided to go and say hello. Hello, Ginny. Next up, we have here AC/DC, which was issue number 22. So this one also was a Highway to Hell. Again, pretty, very good story of what their, again, it ends with, I'm trying to remember yeah, Razor's Edge was there because you kind of see this drummer here. And Helping Hand, this is another one of that Dean, his, whatever his name is there. He did a little thing there with Van Halen. Another Stand Back. Another Stand Back. Another Stand Back. Anyway. So yeah, AC/DC was another one here. Love that one. And this one here has two. So both are Ozzy Osbourne and Ozzy Osbourne. Now, what is... so in issue number 28 and 29, and they went back to their black and white, I forget where. The thing is, why there's two issues is because it's Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne discography. Now, whoever wrote this was very pro Ozzy and not pro Dio. I can tell you that right now. There's another one with Pink Floyd right here. That was basically all that was here. So that was this one. And I guess this is the solo career of Ozzy. This is the back. The back right here. So yeah, this was pretty cool artwork right here. I'll say that there. They were getting better. So yeah, it was all... Yeah, this is all about his solo career, and drawings are okay, but Ozzy's fairly easy to draw, if you ask me there. There was one for The Cure. I don't have that one. And but yeah, Dio was so portrayed so poorly in these two Ozzy comics. I'm like, seriously, guys? And last of the rock and roll comics, there's more here, was Frank Zappa. This one right here. Viva la Bizarre. Yeah, it's basically, this one actually I did learn a little bit of stuff here. How true it is. I mean, it is what it is there, but it's a fun read. This also is just about, so just to tell you about the time period. So I do remember this here. Just prior to going to press with this issue, we heard the news. Zappa is investigating the feasibility of running for president of the United States. All we can say is, go for it, Frank. You're one brave mother, and we're all behind you all the way. Obviously, it never happened, because he did pass away shortly after, a few years later there. But anyway, Frank Zappa right here. So that's the end of the rock and roll. That was the name of the comics, was Here, I'll show you there. Rock and Roll Comics. There you go. So there was, I think there was actually over 40, if not 50 of these. I have what? I just kept the ones I wanted there. They just didn't play. They didn't just do rock and roll. They did everybody. Like you said, they did New Kids on the Block, The Cure, but whatever. Next up here from Marvel Comics. This was just a one shot. So this was Alice Cooper. This was based on From the Inside. This, yeah, Tales from the Inside. This came out in 79. So yeah, this From the Inside came out in 1978. This is based on Alice Cooper. So yeah, this is a Marvel Comics. It's not an Alice Cooper biography, but just a comic book about going to an asylum or blah 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 there. Anyway, glad I have that one here. So that was a fun one here. So Alice Cooper right here. More Alice Cooper. This was actually part of, so this bad marketing, if you ask me there. Well, when I bought Alice Cooper's The Last Temptation, the rumor was that was coming with the comics. That's what we all heard. And when you open said album, whether it was a cassette or CD or vinyl, there was just one page of a comic. So you had to go and buy these comics separately. So these were made by Neil Gaiman, Sandman. So you had Alice Cooper. This also was, I guess I forgot I got these signed by him when I met him. Alice Cooper, The Last Temptation. Here, maybe I should put these in order. There you go. Book 1, signed by Alice himself. Book 2, signed by Alice himself. And Book 3, signed by Alice himself. Oh, no, sorry. No, yeah, it is, yes. All three of them are signed by him. Yeah, they're fun. I would have bought them anyway had I known. I just found the gimmick at the time. We were under the impression that the comics would come with the album, but no, you had to get them separately. So here they are, all three of them right here. All right, next up. This one here was part of a package. I might have shown this on my, but it's still in the, I don't even think I even opened it because it came like this here. But Melissa Auf der Moor. So when I ordered her second album, oh my God, and I didn't have a turntable at the time. So I ordered, the album was the Out of Our Minds, which came with a DVD, a vinyl, a CD, a comic book, a tote bag, a shirt. Forget what else there was part, but anyway, yeah, it was a whole big package. So it came with a comic book also. I don't really remember if I did read it or not there, but here it is. It came with a comic book of that album. Now, these are all one-offs, and can't really say these. So another Kiss comic book is called Music Comics, issue number 1. I don't even know what issue number 2 was. This was based on, it's a story on, oh my God, there was something, see, it's all like this. It's not really a comic. See, there's a lot of storytelling here. What I remember, trying to see where I could find that little. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the first I have ever heard of this. This is from this comic. Openly gay guitarist Vinnie Vincent, or Vinnie the Ankh, as he took calling himself, replaced Freely. Openly gay guitarist. This is I mean, Sure, we've all seen the footage of him, how he looks like now there. I think more he's transitioning, but whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. This is just hearsay, but this is the first time I've ever, mind you, this is unofficial. This is not based by Kiss there. Like, but anyway, it's this one was just a terrible comic there. Like, it's just these pictures that were probably, how do you say that? They're stenciled over a light box. Like, these are pictures that we've all seen in magazines. But anyway, music, comic, yeah, whatever. But that's not the only weird one. This one here too. Kiss fights the shadow of death. Rock fantasy comic one, I guess. I don't even know what. So this was half comic, half, like, it's a little too artsy for me, or like this is a whole, like, this means nothing in the story, and it's all in Chinese. Well, there's, oh, I don't even know what the hell this comic was about. It was with Bruce. But mind you, it's the Bruce Kulick era with Kiss. That was cool. I just find it like you could see a lot of writing, but no story. To me, yeah, like, this is how it kind of looks like inside it. It's not really. Oh wait, was it this comic? Yeah, it comes with a second. Okay, well, there's more here. Well, I'll show you that after there. There was something wrong. Was it this one? Oh, this is such crap. But anyway, yeah, it's got, you can see all the other comics that they had. So they had one for Metallica, Def Leppard, Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne, Lita Ford, Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Sex Pistols, Alice Cooper, and Van Halen. Never seen these in a store. I used to go to a comic book store often back in the day. So that's another Kiss comic book right there. Okay, this one I honestly bought just because of Kiss here. So there's two Howard the Duck comics. And the reason I have them, it doesn't even show that Kiss is in it. I think it's in the last page. Yeah, this is the last page of the Howard the Duck. I never really liked Howard the Duck, but here I am with some more Kiss right here. And of course they've got their powers, like this is a Marvel comic. They did do a Marvel Comics, more on that soon here. But anyway, it is, I don't even remember if this was good or bad. Just, like I said, I have no love or hate for Howard the Duck. This just, to me, is just another comic that I have no interest in there. Next up, Kiss Classic. So I got this at the Kiss convention. So this is a collector's edition, but it's like a reprint of this Marvel comic and this Marvel comic. I have this one somewhere. It's a big, well, let's say this is the size. These ones were like magazine size. So it came, the Kiss did two comics with, well, paired with Marvel. This is the famous one, if you know Kiss or follow them there. It's the one where the promotional thing was, they had the red ink is, you could see a big bowl of red ink for the comic book, and they literally just put their blood. I mean, let's call a spade here. Like, it was what, a little thing of blood, like hardly, but it's just to say that Kiss's blood is in the red ink for these. Forget which one, probably the first one there, or maybe both. I don't know there. But yeah, the it was a publicity stunt there where so Kiss were putting their blood into the red ink. So it's like, think about it. Think having a let's say you're boiling a whole big thing of hot water and putting a pinch of salt. It was that equivalent right there. It's just to say that there's um, blood into the red ink. That's basically it. Did it have any effect on the color? No. Okay, this is another one here. So it's another one of like almost like this one, kind of reissue, but it's not a reissue. It's like they were. This is when the reunion happened. So anything and anybody were wanting to jump on the Kiss bandwagon. See, there's also stuff from the Unplugged. I honestly don't remember how the comic went, but there's a lot of. This is. I probably got this at the convention. First issue, collector's edition. No, this is after because this has the picture of them with from the reunion. So this is after the whatchamacallit there convention, but there's lots of pictures regarding the convention also. So artwork done by people, I guess. This was coming out. This is terrible. Oh my god. Half of these I didn't even. There's even a. Oh my god. Okay, so this is actually pretty. Okay, this is interesting. I forgot this was in here. So, they have an article regarding Cold Gin, which is a Kiss cover band. So, if you look closely, so this the guy who plays drums for Cold Gin is James St. James, who is the lead singer of Black and Blue. Speaking of Black and Blue, you must recognize who this is. This is Tommy Thayer, who would later go on to become the Spaceman. Yeah, is there anybody else that we know here? But yeah, those were the two main ones, Cold Gin and Masked. I think the guy who does Gene Simmons his name was Spike. He did a lot of commercials with Gene Simmons for. But yeah, it's here's Gene with Black and Blue, like I was just saying. See, this is not Gene. This is Spike, and Gene. Spike had the friggin' look like Gene, and I think to a point that they used Gene or Spike Gene in commercials at one time. And here's another Kiss story. I forget if this was good or bad. I haven't. Okay. So, at one time, you were able to get Gene Simmons' Punisher base. And I remember somehow not available in stores. Price $1,500. So this was, I forget what year this was, but anyway. Some reason I ended up on friggin' his mailing list, and I kept getting updates via my email. So I don't really. Anyway, that's it for this comic book right here. All right, this one here, kind of embarrassing to show you this one here, but. And I'm saving, well, not the best for last, but the biggest one for last. Archie and Kiss. Wonderfully bizarre, says USA Today. I don't even think I read this. I bought it, and looks like an Archie comic, but here's some Archie meets Kiss. I mean, there's a lot of doodles at the end. You know, this stuff I kind of like there. But I don't know how many comics this was. I did not get the originals. I probably will not even go and look for them. But this is the graphic novel. Kiss meets Archie. Archie meets Kiss, right? Yeah. So yeah, they did that. Again, no comment as I have nothing. I don't remember if this was good or bad. And last one, there was a lot of issues for this. So when Psycho Circus came out, I think just a little bit before they came out with Kiss Psycho Circus comics, they had a pretty big run. Like, I don't have them all, but my friend Steph gave me all the issues, but in one, and it's friggin' so I'll just use this as a reference here. It's about thick like this with all the comics here inside it. So yeah, I forget where I stopped with this here, but I don't have them all. So because I have Steph's big graphic novel that he gave me, I now have all Kiss Psycho Circus comics, but inside um, a graphic novel. So there you go. Kiss Psycho Circus, and that will be it for comics. Now, you can see what I have here. Are there any other rock comics that you may know of that I may have missed or don't own or whatnot there? I mean, unless it's really rare, I probably won't go. Like, I'm looking for something pretty cool and rare there. Um, some of these are pretty rare there, I gather. And again, with Kiss comics, like I didn't bother getting the like. There's so many Kiss comics out there. After a while, you're just like, fuck it, I'm not buying that. They're like, you're just. But other bands, like, I mean, it would be cool to have a Rat comic book or a uh, even a Nitro comic book. Fuck, I would pay money to get to see that. Um, but yeah, anyway, like stuff like that. If there's any other comic books that I may have missed that you guys know about, let me know in the comments there. You guys were you guys aware of or collected those rock and roll comics that I showed at the beginning there? You know, these right here, they're Alice Cooper, Kiss, Van Halen. There's more there, but yeah, it's I used to buy those like again, I used to buy comics a lot. Then I kind of got so which is funny. Comics and hair metal for me are the same, where I keep buying old hair metal, just I'm like I'm trying to buy old comics, like to give you an example here. I love Marvel Comics this era. You know, I think it's called the Bronze Age. Bronze and Silver are probably my favorite from Marvel Comics. So where was I going with this? I forget. Anyway, that's. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah, so like I love collecting nostalgia or like the old comics. So I guess I'm trying to. I don't want the newer comics if there's any there. I want some old stuff like the older classic hair metal, well the older classic comic books here. So that is my episode for today regarding comic books. Something different. And thank you to my friend Kevin, who called me a thief for stealing his idea. I just borrowed Kevin. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to show these. I forgot I had these comic books until I saw Kevin's episode. I'm like, Wouldn't it be great just to show off these comic books that I have here? So some apparently I forgot that I had signed. So go figure. Anyway, on that note, thank you guys for watching, and we shall see you guys next episode. Take care. Bye bye.